We are here with Andy Valdes that lives in Detroit. What part of Detroit? No, it's not Detroit.
No, I live in Rochester Hills, Michigan, which is like an hour and a half away from Detroit. They're like super different.
Okay, for me it's kind of like near because it's how I think about US.
Yeah.
Okay, for our first question of the immigrants, well, not only immigrants, like the topic. How do you think it's the best political party and why? Does the immigration proposal influence, in your opinion?
Yeah, definitely. I think that the best political party is definitely the Democrats, especially because I am an immigrant myself, and the immigration policies that the Republicans have come up with are not that very appealing for immigrants currently living in the country.
Okay. The next question is: Are you aware of the proposals your favorite political party have? Which are the ones that you like the most and why?
I am not completely aware of the immigration policies that the political parties have. I know like a couple from the candidates. For example, of course, I know Donald Trump's
Yes.
um, ideas, let's say, and
Revolutionary ideas.
they're so bad. And I know some of Bernie Sanders, which is the guy that I would vote for if I could vote here. I just think Bernie Sanders is really cool.
Okay. Do you think that immigrants make your society better on the long run? Why do you think that?
Yes, I think immigrants make American society better in the long run because the United States was made on immigrants since the very beginning. And the way that the country is now is thanks to immigrants that came. So, a constant influx of immigrants will give the country much more cultural diversity and a better economic power and just the potential to keep growing as a first world country.
Which is like the biggest country, but yeah, the most developed country, but yeah, it could continue growing. Do you think immigrants increase crime in your community? In what aspects? In what way, sorry?
Um, it depends on whether you're talking about where I live specifically, as in Rochester Hills, because here it's a very suburban area, so there's not much crime. We do get like a newspaper that says Crime Watch. It just says like credit card scam, and it's usually by 40-year-old white dudes.
Okay, that's actually funny. That's like an example of how like white people also do crime, not like
Yeah.
not only immigrants and
Yeah, the
Muslims.
immigrant communities here are really tight knit. Like you have the Indian families, and they all live like in a neighborhood together, and then you have like the Mexican families, and they live nearby each other, and it's just nice. There's not much crime here.
Cool. Okay, next question. What are the first words that comes to your mind when you hear the word immigration and why?
Me and Donald Trump. Me, well, I think it's really obvious since I am an immigrant myself, and my family, and we're all here, just like in the U.S., being immigrants and stuff. And Donald Trump, just because he's so all over the news. And personally, I'm getting really tired of him because I feel like he's just doing it all for attention, which he is getting. So,
Yeah. Well, you obviously know that the first word that comes to the people's mind of the U.S. people, uh, it's crime. Um,
Yeah.
yeah. So, well, crime or illegal, overpopulation, illegally, jobs, deportation, Americans. I don't know. It's kind of sad, but yeah, it's obviously different from the point of view and where you live and stuff. Weird
Yeah,
stuff.
and it is also really different on whether you're an immigrant yourself, because I guess if I was like American born and raised, I might think different. But I think it also depends on the upbringing of the person and the community in which they live.
Yeah, the community. Okay. What are your views on immigrants depending on where they came from? Asia, Europe, Africa, Middle East, Latin America. Well, this question it's more like, as you said, for someone that has actually born and raised, has
Mm-hmm.
actually been born and raised in the U.S. But I don't know, you as a person, what do you think of the different races? The Asian dudes actually, I don't know, are intelligent or something?
Well, all my friends are immigrants. I have a friend from Lithuania, which is in Europe. I have friends from Bangladesh, friends from India. I have friends from Korea, China, Japan. So in our group, we're all immigrants. And what I like the most is that we can share our culture. And I really don't have any like bad opinions about different races. I just think that it's cool that we can share our food. Just go to each other's houses and it's like, hey, you should try this. It's traditional Indian cuisine. And they come to my house and I give them tacos. So
Yeah, tacos are great. Okay. Half of Americans say immigration to the US should be decreased. What do you think?
um, why do I think so, or what do I think about it?
What do you think about it? Sorry.
I don't really care. Honestly, like the reason why the U.S. is such a like powerful country is because of all the immigrants that come here. So I just guess this is like a way people think because of not being able to find jobs, but everyone in the country is in the same boat. So it doesn't make any sense. And a thing I actually read today says that more Mexican immigrants are leaving the US than entering it for like the first time in who knows how long.
Hmm?
So I guess they're getting what they want.
Yeah, and actually, I don't know. Immigrants, no, Americans only complain about immigrants taking the good jobs, like so to say, in the companies, not the ones picking strawberries in your garden or washing your dishes. So yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Like it's not like they're taking the fantastic $1 million paying jobs anyway. I just think that it's a way of putting the blame on some.
Yeah, and someone else that because they didn't get something. And maybe we immigrants get good jobs on the US, but um, most of the time it's because we're better prepared and that's what they like blame us for to be better, to be I don't know, be what companies want. Mm, yeah.
I've seen here a lot that a lot of people are really self absorbed. So, for example, I had an experience with a girl that asked me if Mexico had a president.
What?
And then there was actually the same girl. And I told her, oh yeah, this is my state. And I drew her like a little picture. And she said, what? Mexico has states? I thought the US was like the only country with states. And I just looked at her like,
Are you kidding me? Oh.
I wish I was kidding. And then this other girl was like, I don't understand why in the Louis Vuitton webpage they put Brazil as part of America. I was like, Brazil is in South America.
Pardon me, Brazil is not part of my continent. Sorry.
She was like, seriously? Brazil is in America? Yes. It's not in Europe.
What? Okay. Okay. Thank you, Andy.
No problem.
Thanks for agreeing to make this interview with me, and thanks for taking your time and sharing your opinions with us.
No problemo.